Hello, I'm Josh Paulson, one of the programmers in the Archmage Rises team, and today I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our data integration system. So Thomas talked a little bit in the previous video about how we were working on the quest system and we're still building that out, and about some of the different save system things that we're working on and some of the design data. And I'd like to dig a little bit into those systems and show you how they work and how those are integrated. So one of the things that I know Thomas has done in some of the videos is he's talked about some of the lessons that he's learned. So here's one of the ones that I learned. I learned that I love volunteering for hard tasks, and I really enjoy working on them. I enjoy a challenge, I enjoy learning new things, and so that gets my blood pumping, that gets me excited. But I volunteered for several of the most critical systems in the game that if any of these systems break, the whole game doesn't work, and needed some support. So we, over this past week, have brought on two of the other programmers to help with these systems. And so here are the systems that are all tied together, and here is basically all the stuff that we're looking at really getting working and sticking together right now, because without this, the game doesn't work, but we are making good progress. So we've got the save system. So the save system obviously needs to work, because if a save system works 90% of the time or not with all the data in the game, it doesn't work. It's not acceptable. It's not going to give you the experience that we're looking to give you, and it just fails at that point. Another thing that we've got is we've got design data instance generation. So what we are doing in the game is that we are looking through every single part of the code where we've got attributes like this. And if you don't know quite what this is, basically what we're doing is that we are marking different pieces of data in the game as designer data. And so we are pulling those out into other instances that we can read without the game being loaded, without all of the rest of the information in the game. So for example, we might have health, we might have statistics on damage, we might have statistics on how much AP a spell takes, things like that. And that's all data that we want to be able to extract from the game and edit in our own external tooling. Next, we've got design data integration. This is where we take all of that data and we make sure that we can pull it back into the game. And so we have not just the data available, but we actually have it in use. And then we've also got our tooling, making sure that we can actually edit this externally. And all four of these systems I originally took on because I was excited and fired up to do it. And then we looked back and I wrote out the key systems that I was involved in, all of the core pieces, and we realized we need to spread this out a little bit. So lesson learned: if I get very excited about volunteering for a lot of things at once, talk with the rest of the team a little bit. We make sure that everybody has a good share of tasks and that everything is moving forward efficiently in that manner. So I ended up helping with delegating this, or delegating. I'm not in a senior position, so I don't really delegate, but anyway, helping to pass this along to two of the other programmers, and they've been doing awesome. They've been hitting it out of the park, and I'm really excited seeing a lot of this stuff starting to come together. But all of these systems are required for the game to work. It's required for our quest to load and to save out our quest data properly so that we can put those into the game, required for our enemy data, for spells, and for now, we've got a lot of data hard-coded into the game, into our code, that we want to pull out and let designers edit externally. And that's something that's just going to take time. We know that that's going to be a process, and we're not going to hit that right away. But over time, we're going to be able to start moving more of that out. And the reason why we care to do that at all is because we want to get you more content faster. We want to be able to put out updates that have a lot of value, to be able to do balancing well without worrying about breaking other parts of the game. And being able to do that, that just lets us make Archmage better faster, and we want to be able to do that. So these are the kinds of systems that are a bit tough to talk about in an update video, and I've hesitated to dig into this at all because it's the sort of thing that you just expect to work in a game. I'm not going to tell you, wow, we've got a save system, and let me tell you all about our save system. It saves and it loads. It's crazy. I know that doesn't get people excited, but these are some of the systems that were required for the game to work. And we've got literally thousands of different pieces of data, different characters, different items in the world, dungeons, enemies that we need to be saving in this game. And so having a very robust system that is also debuggable, that's a challenge. Making sure that we can check all of the things and to be able to debug, and when we get an error report, make sure that we fix it and reduce the number of error reports. And so we're looking to set ourselves up for success with this, so that, hey, especially as we are heading into later this month and we're getting you a new build, we want to make sure that we're able to support you well and help things move forward faster. So if you're interested in these kinds of updates, let me know, because honestly, I don't know. I've avoided talking about this sort of thing because I've assumed it would be way more interesting to see other aspects, but I'm happy to talk about these systems and even dig a bit more into the coding side if you're interested. For now, that's what we've got, because these are really integral systems and there's a lot tied to them. But as always, you can head to archmagerises.com to pre-order the game, to learn more, and to get involved in our Steam forums. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and see you next week.